Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I've got the best custom tactics for the 4-3-3 force formation in EAFC 24. Quickly before we do get into today's video, if you are new, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications, turn on to miss any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash thumbs up and let me your thoughts on this formation in the comments below. But let's jump straight into it right now. Also guys, I'm going to be running a trading Discord throughout EAFC 24 and I'm offering some free lifetime subscriptions. All you have to do is head over to the Twitter link in my description, retweet the tweet, and I will add you for completely free. Okay guys, so I've been using the 4-3-3-4 for a couple of days now, and I've got to say, after messing around with a lot of formations, this has to be my favorite. It offers a very nice variety of play. You've got your striker down the middle, you've got your wingers who will get in behind, come inside, play out wide, and it honestly just creates some really nice play that you can make within EAFC 24. So here you go. There is the team that I'm running right now. As you can see, I've got pacey wingers out on the wing like Ansu Fati and Diani. Both got very high pace, good shooting and good passing stats. And Kunku in at cam, who again is a very nice attacking mid. Tevez down the middle, a box-to-box midfielder and a more defensive midfielder. And then, of course, my two wing-backs, which have got decent pace, good defending stats, and overall just a very solid players. Okay, guys, so for our custom tactics, we are going to be playing on the defensive style of balanced. You can play pressure on heavy touch, possession after loss, constant pressure, but you do them, and this early in the game when players haven't got that good a stamina, your players are going to be absolutely torched by like the 50th minute. You're going to have to make all your changes because your players are going to be completely dead unless they've got really high stamina, which not many players have this early on in the game. Drop back can work if you're a more defensive player and if you feel very comfortable defending, but a lot of players are struggling with defending in this game, so we're going to keep the defensive style unbalanced. I'm then going to drop the width down to around about 42 is what I've been playing, 42, 43. It just brings everyone in a little bit more, and when you're defending and your wing backs or your wingers are coming back, it means they're going to tuck in a little bit more and just fill in those holes that they need to, and if the ball goes out wide, then they'll go and chase it out wide. So it really makes it a lot more solid in the midfield, and then you're going to have those players chase the ball out wide if it does go wide. And then for our depth, guys, I'm actually bringing this up to about 54. I like how 54 plays. I like having the depth a little bit higher up, just playing that little bit of a higher line, because my defenders just seem to go into a ball if it's in the midfield. They just seem to go into a challenge and win the ball a lot more easier. I tried a lower depth and have my team sat a lot further back because I'm struggling with defending, but I just found having it on a bit of a higher depth actually played a lot nicer. For our offense, for our build-up play, we have obviously got slow build-up, fast build-up, long ball, or balanced. Long ball isn't too bad in this game if you've got players that are going to get in behind. If you've got someone that's really fast up front, which for me, I have Tevez at striker, so Tevez isn't the fastest, so long ball doesn't work the greatest, but I've seen a couple of people play long ball with players like Darwin Núñez up front, and it seems to be working quite well for them with the over-the-top through balls within this game. However, majority of the people are going to be playing balanced, and I recommend playing balanced. This is what I personally do play. Balanced on build-up play is very nice. Chance creation, we've got balanced. Possession is good on this game because having good possession within EAFC 24 is very crucial. I found that you need to keep possession of the ball well, recycle the ball well, and that's what's going to create you a lot of opportunities. However, I do actually play on direct passing, and it's pretty similar to possession. You are going to have a lot of options open up for your passing, and like I said, playing that tiki-taka style of football is going to create you a lot of opportunities within this game, whereas it's not the same as FIFA 23. You can't just run at your opponent and play a ball in behind. You actually have to play some decent football to create some chances within this game. You have to recycle the ball well, and that is why I am going to be playing on chance creation of direct passing. And for the width, again, I'm bringing it down to 41, and the reason for this is my wingers already play very wide. Even on 41, I find my wingers are in very wide positions. However, if the ball is on the left-hand side, for example, and Ansu Fati's got the ball, Tevez is going to stay down the middle, but Diani is going to slot in almost as a second striker, which is what makes this play so well, because if I can have the ball out wide with Ansu Fati, ping the ball into Nkunku at cam, he's then got two options. He can either play Tevez through or Diani, because she's slightly wide, but she's a lot more central. So again, you've almost got that central striker and then like a right forward rather than a right wing, which is what makes this formation just play so well. And then for my players in the box, guys, I'm going to bump this up to about 7, I believe it is. So we've got 3 that aren't selected. And corners and free kicks, I dropped down to 2. Same as last year, I'm struggling with corners and free kicks from wide positions. I just don't seem to score many, and I just find that having players on the edge of the box gets me a lot more goals than actual corners and whipping the ball into the box itself. And now in terms of instructions, guys, for our left winger, we are going to have them on comeback, on defense, balance width, get in behind then for their support in runs, and then for support on crosses is balanced on default, and then interceptions is also default. For our striker, it is going to be stay central and getting behind. It doesn't really matter who you have at striker. You want them to have these instructions, whether they're fast, whether they're slow, whether they're big and strong, whether they're small and agile. You want them on these because it just means they're going to make the right runs to be able to get you through on goal. For our right winger, pretty similar to the left wing, it's going to be come back on defense and get in behind, and everything else is going to be left on default. For our cam, we're going to have them on stay forward and get into the box for crosses. The reason you want them on stay forward is because you're not having them as a midfielder. They're not there to defend. They're there to assist the striker, put the balls through. And when you have them on stay forward, if your opponent is going through, you'll find a lot of the times that your cam is just in an acre of space in the middle of the pitch. So as soon as you win that ball back, you can pump it into them. They've got a lot of time to turn, start running at your opponents, and then start spraying the ball out wide to one of your pacey wingers or down the middle to your striker. And having them on get into the box for crosses, if one of your wingers is bombing it down the line, or even if your striker picks up the ball and your centre mid or your cam is quite deep, then they're just absolutely going to bomb it forward to get into the box for the crosses. And even if they're not in the box for a cross, they're going to appear on the edge of the box for a ball onto the edge with a bit of space, and you'll be able to finish that way. Now for our defensive midfielder, guys, whether that's your right or left mid, it doesn't particularly matter what side you want to play them. Just make sure you have a box-to-box and a defensive midfielder. So for my defensive midfielder, I'm going to have them on stay back while attacking, balance crossing runs because we don't want them bombing into the run for crosses or staying on the edge of the box. We just want balanced crossing runs because they're not going to be getting forward. For the interceptions, we have them on normal interceptions. I've not really messed about with this too much on this game, so I don't know how these are going to work, which I will do more in the future. I'll have a little play around and see if I do find that any are better. And then for position freedom, is going to be stick to position, free roam, and we're just going to have them on stick to position. And then of course we're going to have them on cover center, as we have got left backs, right backs, left wings, and right wings that are going to cover that wide space. You want your midfielders covering the center, and it's going to make your team play so much nicer. For our left midfielder, which is our box to box, we're going to have them on balanced attack and get into the box for crosses. Exactly the same as our cam. If they're sitting deep and they win the ball deep, then they're actually just going to go and play the ball out to the left or right wing and then just bomb forwards, trying to support the attacking play as much as they can. And again, if they don't get into the box, they're going to be arriving on the scene. So if you're out wide with Ansu Fati, for example, you're then going to have James Maddison coming in, opening up a bit of space, allowing you to play that pass back, look into Nkunku maybe, and then into Tevez, and then score a goal. That way, interceptions is normal. Positioning freedom is default, and then our defensive position again is cover center because, like I said, our wingers and our wing backs are going to be covering that wide position, so we want our midfielders to be covering the center. And then, guys, for our left back, we are going to have them on stay back while attacking and overlap. The reason I have them on stay back while attacking and overlap, because the stay back while attacking will override the overlap. However, if your wing back sees a bit of space, and let's say, for example, I've got Ansu Fati with a little bit of space on the left wing at about the halfway line, and my left back isn't too far away from him, if there's space in front of Ansu Fati, he is actually going to bomb on and create a good opportunity in a good bit of space. However, if that space isn't there, they're just going to stay back. They're not going to go and bomb forwards, which is what works really, really well. Right back setup exactly the same. It's going to be stay back while attacking and overlap. And then for our goalkeeper, guys, it is going to be comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. Of course, your roles are going to be slightly different depending on who you do have in the club. It's honestly entirely down to you who you do have in the club for who's going to take what sort of free kicks and penalties for you. But yeah, guys, that is the best custom tactics for the 4-3-3-4 formation. And honestly, I've really been enjoying this. I'm loving how this plays. It's a very, very fun formation. I just like how many options it gives you. It gives you an opportunity to play a variety of different play styles, whether it's balls over the top, whether it's playing out wide, down the middle, playing a possession football. It just opens up a lot of potential ways to score goals in this game, and that's why I really like it. Normally, I'm not a big fan of the wide formations. However, this year, this just feels very, very nice, and I highly recommend you guys do give it a try. But if you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to smash thumbs up. Let me know if there's any other formation custom tactics you want me to do in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on. I'll catch you in the next one in a bit.